Hey guys, I got a new video for you today, and we're going to be looking at a quick EDC update. This is going to be for the month of September 2016, and I've actually changed up a couple of things, but I've also added some things to my EDC, so I figured this would be a good time to go ahead and show you the updated version. Now, I'm doing this as a tabletop just so you guys can see a closer look about all the items, and that's because I do get quite a few questions regarding specific things, so I think if you guys can get a closer look at what those items are, then it'll be easier to explain. So what I'll do is I'll just kind of work my way from top to bottom. So I always wear a pair of Oakley glasses, and today this is the ones that I was wearing. This is a pair of Jupiter Square. It's got a black iridium polarized lens, and this is actually the Troy Lee design Jupiter Square. These are really awesome. They have some really cool stylings on the sides, and then you have the unobtainium or the rubber on the ears, so it helps them keep in place. So these are the glasses that I was wearing today, and that pretty much changes on a day-to-day basis depending on what I'm wearing or how I feel or anything like that. So I'll try to get some of the boring stuff out of the way. This is my wallet, and not that it's boring, but again, it is a wallet. As you guys know, I do review quite a few different wallets in my channel, so I'm always rotating through them. So I kind of went back to carrying this one just to give it a little bit more pocket time. And this is a really awesome wallet. This is their Cache 2.0 wallet, and this one is obviously in the multicam black finish on it. And again, this is by VanQuest. Now this one is really cool because it has 4 compartments, and that's pretty much it. You have 2 window compartments on one side, and then you have 2 regular compartments on the other. I do have my driver's license and concealed weapon permit there, but I went ahead and covered them with those cards, obviously for safety reasons. And then in the back, you just have a large pocket for your bills or anything else that you want to throw in there. So as you guys can see, I have 2 cards here, 2 cards here, and then because I have those plastic cards, I have 2 and 2, so a total of 8 cards. And it still keeps a really nice and thin form factor. I know it is a little bit bigger than some of the smaller kind of minimal wallets, but it still keeps a thin form factor. So if you want something that fits really nice in the pocket, I would definitely suggest going with something like that. Besides the glasses, I always do carry a microfiber cloth, and this is the one that goes with that particular model. Again, this is the Troy Lee designed Jupiter Square, so I kind of ball that into my pocket and I always carry it with me. I do always recommend that you use the microfiber cloth to clean the lenses so you don't scratch them up or anything like that. Now, this is one staple item that I always have with me, and this is my little kind of first aid feel-good kit. Now, this does have a couple of Band-Aids and some alcohol prep pads and gauze and stuff like that in there, but you have some headache medication and some stomach medication as well, and it comes in, and it's in this really thin plastic sleeve, but it's just nice and sturdy. Now this, I get a lot of questions about as far as where to get this. Basically, this is, I forgot where I got it from, but it came with a lanyard, and this is so you can put like your ID or your business cards as you're going through like a convention or something like that. So you know, I just kind of picked this at one of the conventions that I was at, and I decided to go ahead and repurpose it for that. One of the items that I added onto my EDC is I've always seen people carrying bandanas and stuff like that, so I went ahead and added just a plain white handkerchief. I think it's very thin, so I can basically drop it into any pocket, but this obviously serves a ton of purpose, especially with kids. Sometimes they're going to get dirty and they're going to want to clean their hands and stuff like that. So it's always good to have an option to do that. So I added this little handkerchief. I could have added a bandana, but I think a bandana would be a little bit bigger and bulkier. So I decided to just go small and go with a regular plain white handkerchief. Besides that, I always have a paracord bracelet. This is the one that I was wearing today. And again, that changes depending on the mood and the color and stuff like that. So this one's just a regular cobra stitch with this little plaque that says strength on it. I think I like it and it looks really cool, so I decided to go ahead and wear that one. And then my watch is, ever since I went ahead and picked it up, it's been the Apple Watch here. This is obviously the first version. I'm not sure if I'm gonna pick up the second one. This one's served me well so far. I have a case right here. This is a carbon fiber case that goes around it, and that is from Bastion. So if you guys are interested, I did a video on that. And then this is another watch band that I picked up somewhere online. I forgot where I got it from, but it has a little bit of carbon fiber, which kind of matches it really nice. And it kind of has the same closure that the rubber ones that come with the Apple Watch have. So that is my watch. Another item that I added, and that's because I've been doing a lot of watching videos and editing and stuff like that, is just a standard pair of the Apple Earpods. This is the regular one. I have not upgraded my phone. I do plan on upgrading my iPhone 6 Plus that I'm shooting this video on to an iPhone 7 Plus. I think I'm going to go from, I think this one is 64 gigs, so I'm either going to go to 128 or 256 just so I don't have any problems or anything like that. So for now, this is still the one with the 3.5 millimeter jack that goes right into the phone. So I've been carrying this. Again, it is very small, very minimal. I do have wireless ones and stuff like that, but I always forget to charge them, or they always run out of charge when I need them the most. So I figured this is probably the easiest option, and they wind up real nice and small right there, and I can just throw them into any pocket. I always carry a lighter with me. It's usually one of these Scripto lighters because I just buy a big pack of like 7 or 8 of them. They're real cheap, and I can see how much fluid is inside. And again, I do paracord stuff or burn little threads and things like that, so this always does come in handy. So I always carry one of those with me. I always carry a pen with me, and this is, ever since I picked it up at work, has been my go-to EDC pen. This is, it's not by any company specifically or anything like that, but it has a little LED in the front right here, which is great, as a little backup flashlight, and then it has the stylus tip in the back, and then you just pull it out, flip it around, and you have your little pen there, and this basically gets clipped onto my pocket, and I use it quite a bit, so that is really nice there. As far as my keys, this is my keys here. Nothing much has changed in the keys because after trying different things and different ways of carrying it, I think that this is pretty much the best way that it works for me as far as my EDC, and what I like to carry on my keys. So obviously I have my key fob there. I have 2 keys and then just a couple of little accessories on there. I have this little telescopic pen that you just pull out, and it clips back out and it becomes a full-size pen. I have the little LED Lenser K2 flashlight here. I always have a Swiss Army knife classic. This one is just the blue translucent, and I use the scissors quite a bit on these, and also the little pen blade to open up mail and stuff like that sometimes. And then I have my little in-charge kind of charger here. So it's USB on one end and then Lightning on the other for my different Apple devices. And this is awesome when I'm using like little power banks and stuff like that, or if I'm at the mall sitting in the food court. Some of the malls nowadays have USB ports at the tables, so I can go ahead and just plug in my phone and charge it real quick while I'm using it. And then I also have a free Night Eyes locking S-Beaner, and this I use to clip my keys onto my belt loop or onto a bag or something like that, and then I lock it down so that they don't fall out or go anywhere or anything like that. So that comes in handy quite a bit. So those are my keys. Let me see if I can fit them right there. Besides that, getting down to some of the different tools and stuff that I carry. I've been carrying the little Factor Ghost 130 little flashlight just to give it some pocket time. It does come with this little lanyard on it, and this is awesome because you get 130 lumens out of this little tiny flashlight. As you guys can see, I did a review on this. If you guys are interested in checking out, go ahead and do so. But it's 130 lumens, and it is also rechargeable, which is really nice. You don't have to worry about switching out batteries or anything like that. So I've been kind of carrying that to give it some pocket time. But my actual EDC flashlight has been this guy right here. And this is by a company called Thorfire. This is the model PF04. I'm actually just finished doing a review on this, so probably after this video I'll be uploading my review of this guy. So if you guys are interested in finding out some more information on it, just stay tuned for that video. But it's just a pen style flashlight with your tail cap switch, nice and bright. So I'll go ahead and post that video afterwards. So if you guys want to know a little bit more about the different modes and stuff like that, feel free to check it out. I normally carry a Swiss Army knife Cadet, specifically in the ALOX edition, as my little backup knife. But I've recently been carrying this guy right here. This is the Wenger, so it's not Swiss Army knife, it's by Wenger. I don't know what the model of this one is. I think I showed it in a previous video and somebody mentioned it, but I've been carrying this guy because it has a little bit more tools. These scissors are a little bit bigger, which sometimes do come in handy in opposition to the Classic, so you do have the scissors. But what I really like about this guy is that it also has a little set of pliers on it. Now, I know a lot of people carry like Leatherman and stuff like that. as part of their EDC, and by no means are these pliers anywhere near Leatherman style and stuff like that. You know, those are more the Leatherman ones have like more of a needle nose plier, which sometimes do come in handy, but this is good if you need to like grip something real tight or something like that. It does have little teeth on the inside, so if you do have to torque down on something, you can go ahead and do that. And then obviously it does have, you know, some of the other tools on it, screwdrivers and the pen blades and stuff like that. So it does come in handy once in a while. So I've been carrying that guy. As far as my main EDC blade, it's been this one here for the past couple of weeks, and this is the Steel Will Mini Gecko. I did a review on this. Great EDC blade. I love the way that it fits in the hands, and again, this is the mini version. They do make a full-size version of it, and pretty much anybody that I lend this knife to handle it and stuff like that, they all say the same thing. They say it fits really nice in the hand. The jimping on the thumb ramp there is very functional, and it is a great slicer. So that is the Mini Gecko by Steel Will. Got a review on that. Also, I have a review on pretty much anything that you probably see up here, so if you guys are interested, you can go ahead and search through those videos if you want some more information on them. And then last but not least is my Firearm. Now, I do want to point something out. I get this question asked once in a while whenever I show my firearms. My firearms are safety checked before the video, so if you don't see a magazine in the firearm, it's because I already took it out, not because I don't carry a magazine in there. The same thing with having a round in the chamber or anything like that. Believe it or not, people do mention that, and obviously I wouldn't carry a firearm without a magazine in it, so just keep that in mind. So I have been carrying lately my SIG P938, and this is the kind of small little 1911 form factor, chambered in 9mm, and I've been carrying in this outside the waistband holster by Bullseye Holsters. I love the way that this gun fits in here. As you guys can see, it rides nice and high, so I have complete purchase on the firearm before I draw it out of the holster, and it has great retention. Put this holster up here, and here is the firearm itself. Now, just so you guys can see, it is empty. There is no magazine in there. Again, I already removed the magazine before the video, but I do carry the extension magazine in there, so it gives me a little pinky extension on there. And then I also carry a spare mag with me, again, just to have a little bit of backup ammo on there in it. And this is, again, the SIG P938 chambered in 9mm. Now this is the one with the hoe grips, which makes it a little bit thicker, but it's definitely a lot more comfortable. It does have the night sights and the fiber optic front sight, which is also a night sight as well. So this is a great little firearm. It's a little bit heavy for the size, but again, that helps with follow-up shots and shot on target and stuff like that. So that has been my EDC firearm for the past couple of weeks, I would say. So there it is. That is my EDC as a whole as far as what I was carrying today. This is for the month of September 2016. I did want to go ahead and show you guys some of the updated stuff that I have been carrying, like the Earpods, the headphones, and the Handkerchief. For the most part, everything else is pretty much what I would normally carry. Again, I'm giving the little Ghost 130 a little bit more pocket time just to get some more use and stuff out of it. And the Thorfire is fairly new, so if you guys are interested, stay tuned for the review video to go up after this particular video. So there it is. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Thanks.